100 customers in 90 days. My name is Daniel, and I'm really glad that so many of you joined me today. So let's start. All right, first question. Who of you here has a product? And who of you works for a company or a startup with a product? All right, so almost everybody, of course. And who of you thinks that their product is really, really good? Delivers tremendous value to the customers? Okay, so for those who think your product is really good, who of you would like more people to know about it, to test it, and to buy it? Wow, yeah, so this talk is what it's all about. And another question, because I have a lot of friends and LinkedIn followers here, so who of you knows me already? Okay, so for the others who don't know me, my name is Daniel, and let me just briefly tell why I'm here, why I'm telling what I'm telling, why this is relevant for you, or maybe not that relevant. So this is for you to judge. So I'm an entrepreneur since all time. After university, I never worked a single day as an employee in my life. So I specialize on B2B growth. Lots of people do e-commerce, B2C. I do with my team B2B. Especially, we say we sell the brainy stuff that no one else can. Management consulting, IoT, blockchain, corporate sales funnels, you name it. And yeah, we work with startups, with Mittelstand, with DAX companies. And I was a founder in two companies. One is an advertising agency. The other is advertising marketing SaaS. So I'm also a developer. I'm an alumnus of Axel Springer and of Le Wagon Coding Bootcamp. So much about me. And I hope that also after the talk we have possibility to get to know some of the participants better at networks. So we work with a bunch of companies. And yeah, what's our agenda for today? So first things first, who here likes structure? Yay, we're in Germany, structure, process. So I will show you how to structure your growth effort, not like a boss, like a king, okay? Structure your growth effort like a king. And then we'll see our complete growth process to get from 0 to 100 customers. This can be relevant for startups who have literally 0 customers starting out, but also for bigger corporations launching a new product or going into a new market. And once you have your 100 customers, you know it's scaling, and then you can actually scale it up to how many customers you want. And of course, the Growth Hackers Toolbox. So actually, you know, I don't like reading the news in the morning because it's full of negativity. It feeds on fake news, on hate. So what I do, I go on producthunt.com. Who knows Product Hunt? Okay, it's a site where you can post your startup, your product, and I read it every day. And normally friends refer always to me to ask about any new SaaS, any new tool. So I brought you a lot of SaaS. I know people are always asking, and we will see all the tools in the growth hacking arsenal. So how to structure like a king, okay? Think of your company, your enterprise, your project as a kingdom, okay? Inside the kingdom, what key players do you have? Anybody? King. So we have a king. Somebody said king. So who else do we have?
The peasants.
The peasants or soldiers, and between the peasants and the king, think of the checkerboard. What's the mid-range? The knights, the officers, exactly. So we have a king, we have the officers, and we have the soldiers, or king, knights, and peasants. Really nice. And what does this mean for your business, for your growth strategy? So that's the king. The king, and it doesn't matter if you're a corporation with 10,000 plus employees or if you're a single entrepreneur. Like in the corporation, it's clear who is the king, it's the CEO. But even if you're starting out, you need to sort out in your head and structure, who are you right now? Are you king? Are you knight? Or are you soldier? So the king is responsible for the values, the vision, and the mission. I will explain to you in more detail what this is. So the king just says, okay, in 5 years, this is what we want to achieve. Imagine you're the founder of Facebook and say, in 5 years, we want all the students on the planet to be connected. Okay, this is the vision, this is the king mindset, and this is super important also when you go later down to the details to know what your actually vision is. And then we have the officers. They have the strategic goals and they have the tactics. So they dissect the vision of the king into actionable plans. And then you have the soldiers, the muscle, and they execute. You know, they go and they cut trees from 8 o'clock until, you know, until dinner. Yeah. But you cannot concentrate only, let's say, on the soldier work because you will run in circles. So you need to be on all the 3 levels. Let me break it down for you in more detail, how to play all the chess pieces in your arsenal. So the king is the CEO. Yeah, he asks a typical question, where do we want to be in 5 years? He needs to set the big picture. For example, what type of customer generally, what type of problem are we solving? So if you look at Airbnb, this could be like a king's vision would be P2P hospitality. So people don't go to hotels anymore, but they can book rooms at other people's. So this is a king's vision. And the king lives mostly in the future. Okay? So he thinks ahead. A little bit in the past, so to have track from, but not so much in the now. Actually also, who of you does sales, does B2B sales? This is how you talk to a king, okay? To a king, you talk kingish. That means if you want to be relevant for a CEO, you need to resonate with his vision and show him how you can help achieve what's in the future. And yeah, some tools. So what are the tools of the king? Yeah, pen and paper, first and foremost. Also, I urge you, if you need to think sometimes to shut down your computer, take your notepad, your Moleskine, or your this little yellow cards which you attach on the wall, and this is it. And then I will show you some mind maps and also the value proposition canvas. And the king has a sidekick. So the sidekick of the king, who can help the king with his tasks, is either another king, so another entrepreneur or somebody from the accelerator, a mentor, or a coach. So if in your company you are king and you want to see how you can develop your vision, you should look out for a mentor, for a coach, somebody who's done it before, for a sparring partner. Okay, this is the king. And then you have all the officers. Actually, in a corporation, they usually are chief marketing officer, chief sales officer. So they get the vision from the king, one level down, and they say, okay, how do we get there? P2P hospitality, #1 leader in 5 years. Well, how the fuck do we get there? So they need to define a strategy, and they need to cut down the vision into products or even micro products. So stay with me, micro products is actually something we are pioneering. I will explain you later in the talk more about it. And typical task is a 90-day plan, target markets, funnels. So for this Airbnb, if you're launching Airbnb as a startup, what is the first city? How do I get the first customers? Actually, who knows the Airbnb growth hack? So what they did, they had no customers, no traffic, nothing. They went to Craigslist and they scraped all the listings, put it into their Airbnb site. So if I go to the site, it's not empty. And when I start listing, they cross-posted it to Craigslist. So they stole kind of the traffic twice. And this is actually something an officer, a growth officer should think, how to be really frugal, really efficient. This is the strategy. And they work in all the times, in the past, in the present, and in the future. And mostly they work in sheets, in Airtable, in charts, Trellos of all kind. So when you play officer for your own startup, you need to be at one level of abstraction lower than the king, but still not at, this hands-on level of the soldier, which I will show you now. and the sidekick of the officer is the consultant. Okay? So if you want help with your strategy, you should ask somebody who implemented several strategies before and talk to a consultant. And then there is the soldier. And in marketing and growth, it can be PPC manager, somebody who runs ads, somebody who writes landing page copy, who does SEO. And if you have a well-oiled organization, or if you do a plan for yourself, soldier stands up, goes to the office, and has just to do, just needs to complete them. Complete clarity and everything is known, they just need to execute. Okay, run ads and they're in the present and they use all the marketing tools we're going to talk about, funnel builders, automation software, and of course their sidekick is the agency. So if you want to outsource soldiers' work, talk to an agency, talk to a freelancer. Okay, so this is really, really important for me. And actually, these are new slides. This is the first time I'm sharing these ideas because I got them from somebody who is a little bit like a mentor quite recently. And once I started kind of remembering, because we're a small team of a couple of people, and then when I say, okay, who do I play now? Do I play king? Do I play officer? Do I play soldier? Do I play all of the three of them during a certain period of time? Do I cover all the areas? And this really boosted my productivity and gave me really clarity in what to do in our own growth efforts. And this is also what we implement for all our clients. So yeah, once we know who is participating in the growth process, we want to map it out. And we want to make it repeatable. So everybody can take this growth process, no matter if they're B2B, B2C, big, small, if they're in Germany, they're globally, whatever. So what is the very, very standard growth process? And it goes like this. So first, you have an offer, okay? So this is also, because my background is very much into P2P advertising, to Google AdWords, and clients think they just can run traffic to their website. Mostly not, because they need to really have a concise offer. Target, problem, solution. Who am I targeting to? What is their real problem? Maybe not even what they say, but what is the problem behind the problem? What is your solution? What makes the problem go away? What is the benefits? And how do you package it? So this is really king's work for your company. And then you can break it down, let the officers break it down into micro products, different verticals. I will show you how to do this. But this is the first thing. Before you grow, you need to be really clear. Whose problem are you solving? Why are you relevant? If tomorrow your company wouldn't exist, who would care? Who of you is familiar with the NPS, the Net Promoter Score? Nice. So most of you, but I still repeat it. So the question goes, how disappointed would you be if our product tomorrow would not exist? And everything below 6 is actually detractor. So 6 and 7 is like neutral to okay. And 8, 9, maybe 9, 10 is a scale out of 10. These are really your fans. They will not only stay, but bring you people, new customers. And actually the Net Promoter Score, especially in SaaS companies, in subscription companies, is one of the most important metrics. So you have the churn, so how many people actually cancel the subscription, and how many people actually not only not cancel, but really like it. So this is something. And to have a high Net Promoter Score, you need to have the offer first. Of course, you need to deliver on it, but first you really need to nail it. And then you have the micro products. So for example, if you have one big kind of product, then you can break it down into different verticals. So for example, if you're using a SaaS, it can be used by doctors, by lawyers, and so on. You break it down in the different verticals or different use cases, so to really repeat the offer. And then you're ready to do your 30 days work plan. So we work in 30-day sprints. You can do, of course, a 90-day sprint. It's up to you. But once you have the offer and the precise products, then you really should write down on a calendar for every day, for every person who's involved, what they need to do, what are the KPIs to accomplish, what are the tasks to do, and then you can go out and start sales, start running traffic, and then you have KPIs against which you can measure, right? And then, especially for the B2B, you should start with outbound sales. So, because you maybe not have the budget or not know what to do with the PPC yet, but the first thing to get clear is outbound sales. So to write cold emails, to write LinkedIn messages, to do cold calling, and to see who's really resonating, and also to get the people on the phone. And by this you can also have several second client opinions on your offer if it's really resonating, if it's really good. So this is the outbound sales. And once you nail this, once you are profitable in the outbound sales, you can go to paid acquisition. What's the beauty of paid acquisition? Why paid acquisition, paid traffic, Google ads, but especially Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads? Why are they so important? And why in every business, and especially B2B service businesses, if you nail paid traffic, if you can run paid traffic profitable, the sky is the limit. Because it scales. The more money you pour, the more customers you can get. And if you pour $100 and you get out 200, nice. So this is the thing. Paid acquisition, this is really, because some people are thinking, do they need it or not? But once you nail paid acquisition, then you have a really scalable product. And who knows what will come next? What is the last step here on the growth process?
Self-marketing, like remarketing, marketing.
Not bad.
Customer satisfaction.
Yes.
Retention.
Yes. So we have a lot of candidates, and actually, of course, you need, once you have customers, you need to fulfill, but this is clear. I mean, we're not talking about like actually delivering your product, your service, that it needs to be top-notch. And I heard like referral, customer satisfaction, this goes really in the right direction. It's case study. Because once you nail the case studies, and it's the bottom of the funnel. Let's say you have 1,000 people seeing your ad, 100 people clicking, 10 people signing up, maybe 3 people buy. One of them will give you a case study, because first for them, your product will work really good. You will get tremendous results because it's even more a fit than for everybody else, and they're ready to do a testimonial. And once you have the case studies, then of course you can do referrals and marketing with case studies. Because you know, you can tell to anybody how good you are, but if you have people that are trustworthy, other customers telling it, it's way better. And then if you have your case studies, so you have customer satisfaction, customers who are ready to testify for you, plus paid acquisition, this is growth nirvana. This is it, and then you just repeat it, just pour more money into the funnel. So now let me introduce you to the tools. So now we have, what we've done so far is we have king, officers, soldiers. We have the process, so we care about the offer, then we break it down into micro offers, then we do a plan, then we start with outbound and paid, and then case study, and then repeat. So what tools do we use? Yeah, for the king, for the big picture, what are the tools of the king? And the first one, which I really like besides pen and paper, is MindMeister. So why is this so small? You don't see anything there, but it's like a really huge mind map of my own business. And actually this is why I zoomed out, because there are some secrets on it. But for example, to kind of give you an impression, so I have 3 customer groups. We work with startups, we work with corporates, and we work with accelerators. And inside the startup group, I have some criteria for the startups. And inside criteria, I have lists of companies. This is actually a really nice one. We do account-based marketing, and we let journalists research for us. So if we want to work with cool startups, we go to Gründerszene, 50 fastest growing companies in Germany. We go to the Deloitte ranking, to the KPMG ranking, and we copy all these companies down. And we target them with ads, we target them with outbound. So this is the thing, like imagine it goes from the very core to the very details. So this mind map, this is how I think, and some of you may like it, some of you may have different versions of how you would like to think, but I think the mind map is really, really powerful for the king's view, for the big picture, to zoom in, out, to put all your ideas, to put them into the relation, and then to also see what's important. And the second one, when you talk about the offer, is the value proposition canvas. Who knows the value proposition canvas? Okay, so for those who don't know, I attached you the video, so I won't send the slides via email because I hate email. But everybody who will reach out to me on LinkedIn or on my mobile phone, which I shall share later, you can get the slides. Also, I see lots of people are doing photos, which is highly encouraged. And if you want to win a free consulting with me, so I'm giving out 3 one-on-one consulting sessions for the people who get the most shares and likes on their photos of this event at the end of the event. So just post it to LinkedIn, post it to Facebook, tag me, tag WeWork, tag Growth Hacking, and let's see who can win this contest. So let me tell you a little bit about the value proposition canvas. So you have the customer here and you have the product. And the customer has pains and you have pain relievers. They have gains, what they can win from the product, and you have kind of the gate creators. And then you have the actual customer jobs to be done and how your product does it. So you need to map it, and once you do this, you have everything you need for your sales calls, for your landing page copy, for your ad copies, and you can do this for your product as such, but you can niche down, and you can really, I really advise you to do this first before running any ads or talking with any agencies, freelancers, to have clarity who you actually are, who you work for, and what you're actually selling. So this is what we always do. And yeah, the king actually, he has not that many tools, or the queen, but these tasks are very important. So let's go one level deeper. Let's zoom in to the officers. So from the global scale to the map, and they can get quite detailed. Some of the officers, the product officers, the finance officers, they like their details. Okay? So where are we in the process right now? Now we are inside the micro products. So we have from the king the general vision, and then the officers, they need to break it down in smaller chunks, okay? So let me see how we do this. And this is my own example. So this is my homepage of my application, Fast Build app. And it's an online marketing app. It can do landing pages, Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever. Very generic, okay? So what is the target here? Everybody who has a business. And what's the problem? They need to run ads, and it's painful, it's complicated. So the solution, we have an automated software, is super easy, super nice. So this is the general, the king's view of the product. If I would run ads on this, it's super unprecise. I have a ton of competitors, and you have people who are better than you, who are cheaper than you, who are more established than you. So how do you differentiate? How do you sell? This is the power of the micro product. Let me show you. There are a ton of Facebook ads, automation softwares, but apparently on the US market, we're the only one for yoga students. So if you're a yoga student, this is our live landing page. If you're running Google ads to like yoga studio marketing, get new yoga clients, okay? Super clear. We have a micro product. Actually, the product is the same. When they click register, they go into the same app, of course. We don't need to have like 20,000 products. We have virtual micro products. And these things, they make you sell like crazy because click costs are cheap. People sign up, conversion rates, because it's relevant. It's the only one, you know, wow. And for the same product, we run it for realtors. And this one for the realtors, we run it for different keywords. So this is leads on Facebook and Google. So realtor lead generation, realtor Facebook ads, realtor Google ads goes to this page. And we had some others like get realtor clients, get house buyers, get house sellers. We had different landing pages, different micro products, different target problem solution setting, variation. And the same we had for legal and for a bunch of others. So we tested about 15 verticals, and at the end we boiled down to the 2 most converting. Who knows? Insurance and real estate. they really like the product the most. And this is actually something you can do within a 30 to 60 or day sprint. So you can map it out on your wall map and you can follow it. Really, really nice. And you have scientific results, you have a process, you know, and at the end you have clear champions, so you don't waste any budget. You can scale what really brings you clients. And also you can show to your investors, you can report to your board, really, really nice thing. So yeah, we got the micro products and the offer. And let's go into the 30-day work plan. So this is the thing. You have the general plan, you have the strategies, and then this is actually something I got from another online marketer. So this 30-day work plan, let me show you how it works. So I told you the officers, they like to live in their spreadsheets. So I attached you a folder of our and also of other people's spreadsheets. So what you can do is, let me just show you some of them. So this is actually something to prepare for your king or your investor. You can have a month-by-month growth plan with all your unit economics and with everything. Why is this trashed? Okay. So we have revenue, costs, and we have some variables to play around. So I will share you the sheet. And this is something we prepared. So you have your annual view, and you can see, you can map out, and you can see, okay, you're losing money, losing money, losing money. And then in the end, boom, you start making money if all your funnels, all your variables are aligned. And then if you want to break this down one step easier, then let me show you that one. So who wants to play this one with me? Who wants to calculate life for their business? Who wants free consulting? Who wants customers? Nobody? Okay, so how many customers do you want in the next 30 days? I told you VIP seating.
30 days.
Yeah, for the next 30 days. For a 30-day warm-up, how many customers do you want to sign?
30.
Okay, let's go 30. And today is actually December 3rd, 2019. All right, so then this one is for organic. So it's called calls, called email, called LinkedIn. So you have all the conversion rates. So we say if you have 10 demos, you have 10 sales calls, you will close 10% of them. What do you think? You close 10% or more, you can play around with it. Let's say 20, okay? Then, for 30 customers, of course, you need to do 150 sales calls. Super clear, okay? And then, let's say from engagement to sales calls, so somebody who goes on your landing page, or you send him an email, or you call him and ask him if he wants to go on the meeting, he wants to listen to you. You have some rates, so you need to do 500 engagements. And the engagements here is in direct outreach, so you need to send like 2,500 cold emails, and then we have a margin of safety. Warren Buffett always adds 20% margin of safety. So you need to actually, in this example, if you want to have your 30 customers with this conversion rates, you need to send out 3,000 cold emails, which means for 30 days, for every day, you need to send 100 messages and do 17 engagements. So people who reply to the message have like a short conversation with them, and then invite 5 of them to a sales call, and then you close one, and then you close within 30 working days, you will close 30 customers. Super clear. So you can adjust it with your figures, and then you can readjust it, but this also shows you if this is realistic or not. And we have another tab for paid acquisition, where you also have the pricing of the ad cost and what your products, what are you making with your products, so you can see if it's even remotely possible to be profitable with your market, with your product. And this is the thing. So once you map out, you need to send 500 messages, have one, so you need to send 100 messages a day. Either you sit down and then do 100 messages a day, or you split it to your team, or you automate it, but you really can write into the war map for every day, send X amount of messages, send 100 messages. So let me show you the war map. Let me show you the war map, which is actually, the war map is just a calendar, but a little bit, so you can have your monthly view, and you can color code your actions. So for example, you say here you spend this time building the funnel, and then in January you go to January, okay, if this is your attack week, you need to send 100 messages, you write send 100 messages, send 100 messages, send 100 messages, do this calls, that calls, and then this is the soldier level. So every soldier, either you playing the soldier or your soldiers, they come in and they have precise tasks every day. They don't need to go to Spiegel Online or to sit around, drink coffee. They have precise tasks. Have you done your 100 cold calls or not? Yeah? So this is actually something also why this is so important, because this kills procrastination. I, myself, am the biggest procrastinator ever. So who likes procrastination? Who doesn't like it but still does it? Who's ashamed to tell? So this thing is the secret weapon against procrastination, and I attached you some other tools here. You can reach out to me, I can demo them. Yeah, and thanks Michael for your demonstration. So a little applause for Michael here. Nice. So once you determined your strategy, so if you're doing cold messages or cold calls or PPC, you should map out the funnels. So this is actually a live client funnel which we build for our clients. And also when you want to give it to the soldier, especially if it's a hired gun, if it's a contractor, you give it to the agency, you say this here funnel, yeah, execute it, do it. And he will check you if it really works. So let me just go here. So we say we have called LinkedIn and we send out messages to people on LinkedIn. Who of you got LinkedIn messages from me? Really, come on. I'm sending so much of them. So yeah, and either they take your contact or not. So if they take your contact, I use a tool called Zapier, which connects all the SaaSes. Then I just say, hey, he connected me, write him into the CRM. And then start messaging him with Calendly links to sign up for a call. If the prospect booked a call, nice, go for the call. If not, resend the messages, as many as you want. 3 follow-ups. Okay, so after 3 follow-ups, no call, research them, find out their number, call them. If you reach them, do they want to hear your pitch, yes or no? If they want, go to the pitch call. Same if they sign up. And if the prospect is qualified, so you want to do business with this person and they like your offer, you send them the offer, and then you go into closing. So this is one of our processes. You can use it. I can share you more of those things. But this is super, super clear to map it out and to do it so everybody in the company, every soldier knows what to do. And you can even split it to different soldiers. You can have cold email soldiers, cold follow-up soldiers, demo soldiers. Actually, how are they called in, let's say, more traditional speaking? Business development representatives, account executives, and key account managers. So it's not that new, but it has many names, the system, and you can really divide it. So yeah, and now let's jump into it. So we had the globe, the map, and then you need to take the jump. Also, I did a lot of effort researching that picture because I wanted soldiers, but I didn't want something too militaristic. So how's the level of militarism here? Is it still okay? Thank you. But I really needed something where they're not firing at things, but I think to jump into the task, because by now I think everybody wants to jump into it. They want to see, okay, now we did so many planning, so now we want the execution. We want to start calling, start running the traffic. We want the clients. So let's jump into it. All right. So we have the micro products, we have the war plan, and then we would start with outbound sales, especially in B2B. It's clear, but also in B2C. I know that a lot of people, they're cold calling even consumers. For example, if you're a real estate agent, then you call people who list their property and ask, hey, do you want to list with me because it's cheap? And because it's maybe cheaper than ads. So You start with outbound sales, and then let me just see why. So what is the audience of outbound sales? Who is your target audience in the outbound sales? It's written there. It's your ideal customer. If you want to sell to the VP of marketing of Coca-Cola, you can wait like 1,000 years for this person to go on your landing page, sign up, and go through all your funnels. But you can also write a message, connect on LinkedIn, call. So this is the thing. You have no uncertainty. You can do account-based marketing. You only connect to the people who you think are most relevant for you, where you give the most value and you have the best conversion rates. You have phone, you have email, you have messages. You have some tools, CRMs, social networks, and I brought you some of my favorites. So let's go into the Growth Hackers toolbox here, because cold calling is dead. And cold calling is dead. Except it's not just dead yet. Of course, cold calling, the yellow pages, this is lame, this sucks. But you need to do account-based marketing. So before you cold call, you need to research. And for example, even cold calling startups, I would never cold call startups, but cold calling chief of marketing departments from startups who are really growing and who are on the Deloitte fast-growing company list and who are maybe into the B2B niche. This is quite precise. So I can have a list of, let's say, 50 to 100 people, and I can cold call them with the same ideas, with the same script, same messages, but it's still super targeted to what they actually need. Offer is target, problem, solution. Okay? And let me show you how you do this. So also cold email is not spam. A cold email, if you craft it well and if you personalize it, you have this nice French tool, Lemlist. You can even personalize the picture. So you can have the screenshot of their website and their face from LinkedIn or their logo and their name and everything. You get this email. Wow. You click it. So you can do this with Lemlist. So it gets personal, high open rates, high conversion rates. Really nice tool. Then Expandi. So Expandi is a very new tool for LinkedIn. It's just like email marketing, but on LinkedIn. So you can search for people on LinkedIn, put them into an audience, and then send them connect messages. And if the person connects and doesn't reply within a day or 2 days or whatever you put, you send them a next message. And then the thing waits. If the person doesn't reply, next message, and next message, and next message.
So aren't they cracking down on those tools? LinkedIn, on all these other
They do, so you should enjoy it while it lasts. Actually, there was another one, JetBus or Ulink, they renamed. Actually, people think the tool is dead, but it's not. They have just a couple thousand of customers, and they've gone completely underground because they want to be under the radar of LinkedIn. Like LinkedIn Helper, maybe somebody know this tool, they had big problems with LinkedIn. But what they do here, they actually run LinkedIn on their server in a virtual web browser. They simulate your behavior. So if you tell the program to send 40 messages in a day, it's not like bulk messages, so LinkedIn will block you. But they open the browser, they surf around, then they search, then write a message. And this is all automated. So I can write like 100 messages, or maybe I'm doing a little bit slower because also needed to show my ID to LinkedIn and everything. So I write only 30 messages. This works really well with the follow-ups because they have your statistics. Let's say if 30% reply to your message, but all in all to the first message. Another 30% will reply to a follow-up message. And when I have this message funnel, I do different things. So first, I share different ideas. I say, okay, hey, thanks for connecting. We're doing this and that. Are you interested? If no reply, okay, maybe you want to know who I am, long copy who I am, why this is relevant. If no reply, maybe you want to know who else is working with us, references. If no reply, maybe you want to know what we're actually doing. Boom. And every idea is a different angle and triggers a conversation. And then I have Zapier, then all the people who actually reply get pushed to my CRM so I can talk with them on a human level and be kind to them. And also, if you want to really do your 100 cold calls, there is nothing better than close.com. Stel EFT, one of the biggest hustlers. German Greek guy from Hamburg, went to Silicon Valley. You need to listen to his videos, to his podcast. This guy is 100% hustle. So, and this is the best CRM for closers, beats. It's Salesforce, Pipedrive, especially HubSpot for breakfast. So it's also super expensive. They now have a cheaper version, but this is like the Mercedes of CRMs, and I'm not paid by this company, but I paid them, and it's really nice. Same as Expandi. These are really nice tools. So you can try them. They sure have a free trial. So yeah, maybe you want to get a little bit on this growth hacking, this secret tactics. So you know, if you're a friend with somebody on LinkedIn, they share your phone and email, you can get it. But do you want to find out how to see virtually everybody's phone and email just without being connected to them? So if you want to call the VP of marketing of Coca-Cola, just go onto her website and then on LinkedIn to have profile and watch out if you will see or not. We want to see her email. Who wants to know how to find out people's emails and phone numbers? So there's a really nice software. It's called Lucia. It's a Chrome plugin, and you just let it run. Then you visit the profile. This happens. There's a pop-up, and this is Oli Zamba, one of the famous startup guys here in Germany, and you have his phone number. And I actually downloaded the number to my WhatsApp. It's real. It says logged in yesterday.
Call him.
Yeah. Let's call him, but what would you pitch him right now?
I have pitched him actually.
Yeah? And what?
A bank.
Call him again. This is nice. So okay, but the thing is, what you pitch is up to you. But how to pitch? Imagine you have a complete psychological profile of the person with the do's and don'ts, how to address this person, made by AI. Would you like to look into somebody's soul? Would you like to find out what to write to Oliver Zamba? Yeah? Or should I skip the slide?
Go for it.
Come on, guys. So this one, Crystal knows. So this one is really nice, and it does Big 5 personality, DISG test, analyzes the personality, and it gives you like, if you want to call Oliver to make a sales pitch, then it gives you like things to say and things not to say. So what does this thing says about me? That if you're doing a meeting with me, first crack a joke. And you should do this. Actually, I like jokes. Especially the ones you should only crack like on private occasions, not here. So, yeah. And now we have already some first offers, some first meetings, we close some first clients, and then actually it's outbound sales because you get direct feedback. You can funnel them back here to adapt your offer, your micro products, and then you're really ready to launch it and to go into paid acquisition. So let me show you some tools which I use on a daily basis for paid acquisition. So the audience, okay? Who of you has a smartphone? Who of you is on social media of any kind? Okay, and who of you, now you don't need to show hands, but is a really VIP person, hard to reach, okay? But you see, like, everybody is on the internet. Lots of people, they research their problems, so you can get them in Google, and everybody, if you really know how to target, like 100% of people are on Facebook. And for LinkedIn, it's super nice. You can also target your Coca-Cola marketing director. Actually, not one person, but if the group is like a couple of thousand people, you can target them very precisely. Like marketing directors and marketing VPs of Fortune 500 companies. You just choose it on LinkedIn, and you deliver your ads only to the right people. So this is why paid ads are really so powerful, and it reaches over 90% of the population. The internet is bigger than TV, not only in Germany, not only in America, not only in other countries, like everywhere. Ad spend on the internet is like 3, 4, 5x higher than on TV globally. Okay, so if you think Facebook is only for young people, or I don't TikTok or whatever, think about it. Think about it. You can reach anybody, and Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads. These are the tools, and what is the automation? So I want to show you two real neat tools. This is something if you're just starting out. The tool is called Ad Espresso. It has a very, very nice Italian founder, I think Massimo. He has always this, hey, I'm Massimo from the Ad Espresso, and he really has a really nice personal brand. And this thing helps you to run Google and Facebook ads really fast, really easy. Also to split test and do the statistic. It's like an abstraction on the ad network. You can check it out. I think they also offer a free trial, and they have a lot of resources about it. And then you remember our micro products. You remember our landing pages, different landing pages. So you can build them with unbounds or with ClickFunnels or lead pages or anything. But one thing for sure, who of you is working for a big corporation? You need to change the headline of your homepage. Who is involved in the process? How much resources does this take? When gets it done? Don't tell it, think about it. Okay, so this is why you need to have tools where the marketing soldiers can click on the page, quickly change the headline, test a new idea. So this is why you should actually always not only have different landing pages for every offer, but also have them on a separate system which is suitable for it and which is actually doing a good job here. All right. And the last thing, of course, you get a lot of leads, get a lot of customers. Sometimes you need to reach out. So you need to really, really automate it and actually use CRMs. So the secret weapon here is Zapier. Who knows Zapier? Yeah, it can build processes. So if somebody signs up on my Facebook ad, I want to write his contact data into my CRM. I want to check it against a database, enrich the data, put him into my email thing, start sending them flows and things like that. Zapier is really nice. I even do my taxes with Zapier. On my Gmail, I have a filter, so if anything with a PDF attachment labeled invoice or Rechnung comes in, gets the invoice filter. And then it gets Zapier to my accountant just like that. So like 80% of the invoices, I don't need to look for them, and the accountant can deal with them. All right, so Zapier is really nice. And yeah, so now we have an offer. We did micro products. We executed the 30-day work plan. We closed some clients, and then the case study. So what's the case study? I'll show you one of my clients here in the real estate niche. So we generated 3,000 leads. They sold 40 houses, made 600 and some thousand euros. So this is a good case study. A case study should be real. So who did you work with? How you delivered? What was the value? And then with these case studies, you can 10x your marketing. So I still have one last growth hack for you. And because I told you, I'm very happy to be with you here. I'm really grateful that so many people in their evening time come to see these talks here. But I think it's only 50%, or even less than 50% is what I'm telling, or the tools, or whatever. But the person sitting next to you, your neighbor, is as interesting as the talk is, as I am, at least. So I would invite you to join a growth community and to network with your fellow growth hackers here. So please, everybody take out their phone and unlock it. And then there's the LinkedIn app. So if you open the LinkedIn app, you need to open the app. It doesn't work on the LinkedIn.com website, but it needs to be the Android or iPhone app. And then you can go into the friend tab, the little people here, and add people. And then you have this find nearby people around me, and you just enable it. And then you can see whoever here is in the room and actually connect with them. So who is on this feature right now? Who found the feature? Okay, so everybody who found the feature, look left, look right, show it to your neighbors. And let's create that growth community. So I have a lot of LinkedIn contacts, a lot of LinkedIn friends here. But yeah, of course, I published the event on LinkedIn. So
could you maybe tell us how to do that again?
So you go into LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Then you open the Friends tab, the people,
Yeah.
and then you click Add New Friend. And then you select View People Nearby. All right, guys, so I'll let it run for a couple of minutes here before I start taking questions. So I also promised you to send you the slide decks and to do a little bit one-on-one consulting for the ones with the photos. So how to reach out to me? Reach out to me on LinkedIn, and how to actually reach me. So if you want me to really read it, because I get flooded on LinkedIn with automation and whatnot, I have a secret password, and it was pineapple all the year, but now I give you the new password for 2020. So if you want to reach out to me or reach out to your fellow people you added here, use #king in the message, so you know this is the secret King growth hacking community. #king, use it, connect to each other, and also you don't need to go to Lucia to have my details. I always flash my private mobile number. No creepy person called me yet, so I'm pretty positive about the world. And thank you very much. So let's do some questions, and then I think WeWork still has some beer for us. Thank you. Thank you.